All right, here we go. Yo! Hey, let's see here. Everything good? Everything good? Are you good? Hey everyone, welcome to another How to Webflow Live. I'm your host Nelson. Thank you for joining me this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. This is when I stream. Hope you're all doing well. I want to say hello to everyone who's in the live chat room right now. First one in, Thomas. What's up? Then Logan, HG Web Design, Creative Mind Studios, Damba, Ben, Mr. Parker. Hope you're doing well. Julian, Damba, Colleen, welcome back. Always nice to hang out with you all. Creative folks over on the interwebs. Hope you're all being safe, washing your hands, staying indoors. This pandemic is still happening, and I'm hoping that these streams are helping you learn something new while you're safely indoors and trying to, help the world by, just sitting tight and waiting for this to get better. Who else is here? Nate. Bence is back. Hey, Bence. Abu Bakar. Can't read the Russian name, but welcome from Russia. Arthur. Yeah, where are you all from? Speaking of which, where are you from? I'm in AU. 3 a.m. Yo, you can watch this on a recording. You don't have to be here live. Please, take a break. Go to sleep. NA. Hello from NA. Where is NA? North America? I don't know that acronym. Sorry. Ayodeji. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Nate. Yeah. NA. I can't. Oh, man. Paris. Ooh, yeah. Paris. Welcome. United Kingdom. Awesome. Let me see here. I gotta go to my Webflow studio, YouTube studio, because someone, where is it? Hold on, buy me a coffee. For today's stream, someone suggested this, and I was like, yeah, I should do this. How come it's not showing up? Hold on. George, or Jorge Button. Let me change my camera. Jorge Butron? Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. It says, hi Nelson, can you please make a video on CMS? I still don't fully understand it. For example, when it creates a page template, do I build inside of that? It's a bit hard for me to explain it, but it would be awesome you build out anything with CMS and breaking it down. Thank you. I've learned Webflow through you. Well, Jorge, and for everyone else who is new to Webflow or is still foggy in the whole concept of Webflow collections and the CMS and static pages, dynamic template pages, or collection page templates is what we call it. Yeah, if you're foggy about that, this is the stream for you. All right, so I'm Vladimir. Okay, well, welcome Vladimir, and Ben's from Amsterdam. Awesome. And everyone, if you click on, let's see, can you click on Ben's name? Here, Ben, can you link your YouTube channel? Yeah, if you want to learn more about advanced tips about automation with Webflow, if you're already an intermediate Webflow user, go to Ben's channel. He's an awesome person, awesome human being. He teaches how to automate the things with Zapier, Integromat, and Parabola. And he happens to be my boss. So, hello, Ben. Everyone say hi to Ben. Yes. By the way, I'm from London. Awesome. Well, welcome. And by the way, if you have a suggestion for a future stream, and you want to donate for this content, for the stuff that I'm doing, you want to support me, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/pixelgeek and donate there. I get so many requests of, Nelson, how do you do this? Nelson, how do you do that? And I wish I can answer them all. Like when I see a request in my Twitter DMs or my emails or in my YouTube comments, I feel really bad when I can't answer them, because that's what I do for my day job anyways, by answering support tickets with Webflow. And I enjoy, it's like a puzzle. Hey, Nelson, it's a challenge. Hey, Nelson, how do you do this? Ooh, do I not know it? Let me learn it and then show you. Or do I already know it? All right, I want to show you right away. But I can't get to everyone's questions. And I want to so bad. But if you want to put it at the top of my queue, because I'm keeping a list, if you want to put it at the top of my queue, go to buymeacoffee.com/pixelgeek, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Oh, I closed something. What did I close? No, come back. Oh, you closed the chat window. There it goes. Okay, cool. So let me go back here. Yeah, besides that, what are we doing today? So again, Jorge asked about CMS, and we're going to go over that. And so here's the things we're going to learn. We're going to learn what's the difference between a static page and a collection template page. What is a collection? What is a CMS item or a collection item? What is life? I'm not going to get to that one though. But spoiler alert, 42, I think. That's what everyone's saying. Other than that, if you have questions during the stream, you can ask them in the live chat, and I'll do my best to answer it. And after the topic, if we have time, I will go ahead and answer any follow-up questions. Sounds good? Let's do it. Yeah, go back here. All right, we're going to start here. We're not going to start in Webflow. We're going to start on, I want to make it visually clear what a database or a collection is. And actually, let me label this real quick. This collection template page. So I'm using Whimsical. So whimsical.com, and FYI, whimsical.com, the marketing page or the marketing site, was made in Webflow, but not the app, the actual marketing page. This is a static page. Okay. So this is how is a nice way to visualize how a CMS works. Okay. So we're just going to map it. Okay, so we're going to start off with learning what a static page is. A static page is those one-off pages. A one-off being a page that's unlike any other page. Okay, so you have like a home page. A home page is unlike any other page. Then you may be making an About Us page. Okay, so it's completely different structure, and it doesn't use any dynamic data to structure that page, okay? When I mean dynamic, I mean things that are coming out of your collection or database. So static page, homepage, about us, contact us, where to find us, stuff like that, that you wouldn't need to continually duplicate each time, okay? So they're one-off pages. And how Webflow indicates what a static page is if you go to the Pages panel, you'll see static pages are in this row, okay? So if I create another static page, say static page 2, and I look in here, it's in this area, okay? Static page. Now notice we don't have any CMS collection pages yet. Well, that's because we didn't create a collection yet, but we'll get there. So we indicate it by having a white page. Okay, so this is a white icon. And if I go back to Whimsical, this is what I'm going to build. A static page that has a blog post list and a collection template page that actually has the blog post page. Now, what is a collection template page? Think of it like Mad Libs, okay? If you're not familiar with Mad Libs, it's like you have a story, like a paragraph, okay? But remove all the adjectives and nouns from the paragraph. Let me see here. Let me explain it more. So, let's make a paragraph. I don't know. Hello. Today is a great day to learn blank because I had blank. Wait, does it make sense? Today is a great day to learn blank. I went out for, in my mind, I'm saying coffee, but whatever you want to put. I went out for blank. So you see how there's blanks? And so you replace the blanks with whatever you want to come up with. That's how Mad Libs work. Google Mad Libs if you don't know what it is. But yeah, so from a database or collection, you can dynamically put things into each of these blank spaces. And if you ever need to make a new blog post with the same that only inputs data into the blank spaces, then you wouldn't have to duplicate the blog post. You wouldn't have to duplicate the blog post page. You would just need to add something into the database. Okay? Hopefully this makes sense. Let me know if you're still confused, and I don't mind one bit going back and trying to re-explain it. Okay? So let me close this out. All right. So a collection template page is one that it'll duplicate its page structure on its own. You don't have to create a new static page over and over and over again. I've seen some people who are new to Webflow do that, where they're trying to make a blog post by going to this pages panel and clicking create new page and then saying blog post 1, and then clicking here and creating blog post 2, and then they would have to copy and paste everything into each static page. No, let Webflow do that for you dynamically. So every time you add something into the database, it'll do that duplication on its own. All right? So that's the difference between a static page and a collection template page. All right. All right. No questions in chat so far. Let's keep going. So what is a collection? It's a nice way of saying database. Okay. A database is a collection of data, and a collection is just that. It's a collection of data. So from now on, we're not going to call it database. We're going to call it collection. Now, the easiest way to visualize a collection is an Excel or Google spreadsheet. That's all it is. It's a bunch of columns and a bunch of rows. Now, let's do this together. Let's make it a group activity. In a Webflow collection, it immediately gives you two columns, one for name and one for slug. And so when you add something into the collection, it's adding a new row of data in your spreadsheet. So for example, we'll use a name. I'm going to use Ben because I know him. So Ben is the name, and then Webflow automatically gives it a slug. And what a slug is, it's just a URL. So aka URL. So it's going to take your base web address, like something.webflow.io / the name of your collection, which we can call this collection blog posts / and then whatever the slug is. And so what Webflow does is also removes any capital letters and replaces it with lowercase, and removes any spaces and replaces it with dashes. All right. Now, what else is in a collection? What else is in a blog post? So anyone in the chat room, go ahead and just type in, what else do you think is in a blog post? So I'll start off. There's probably an image. So we'll call this hero image. And this would have an image inside of it. We'll just upload an image for each one. So what else is in a blog post? Anyone? And while I'm waiting, because I know there's a slight delay, I'll read the chat. Jorge, yay, you're here. This is for you. My dope PR. Yes, I can see this. Okay, so Thomas is saying category. Okay. Category. Title. Okay. So we can change the name to title. Okay. So instead of a name, it would be, we'll just hello world blog post. And then the slug would automatically change to hello world blog post. Then we have an image. Okay. Wow, Thomas. All right. So you get it. Nice. Intro text. And then body text. And then, okay, keywords. Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Thomas. We'll leave it at that. Okay. So category, we need to have a list of categories, right? Short description, Colleen. Okay. I think that can be intro text. So same thing. Body text. Body, I would just not use it. I learned the hard way. Yep. Date. All right. The cool thing about Webflow is it already adds 3 things, 3 dates to each of your spreadsheet rows. Okay. It gives you a date of created on, updated on, and published on. Or is it by? Or yeah, on. So these are, I'm just going to put auto date. So those are automatically added by Webflow. All right. Let's talk about category. Yes, Thomas. I know Thomas already knows Webflow, so it seems like it. He's already on top of it. Thank you, Thomas. All right. So let's talk about category. Now, category, we can just add a category each time into Webflow. Like, we'll just use category 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Or actually, let's make it more real. We'll say, travel. We have one for travel, and then we'll have one for, I don't know. I need some names for categories. I can't think. But let me start a new table. Let's put it down here. And let's stretch this out a bit. Name and slug. Okay, so category, we have food. And then it would be food. And then we have sport. Give me one more. Photography. Okay. Dad jokes. I'll take dad jokes. Okay. So right here, we wouldn't want to continually having to type in each category into here. We would want to make it dynamic, and I'll explain why. It's because, say you type in dad jokes into here, right? And next thing you know, someone in the future comes back to you and says, hey, we're not calling it dad jokes anymore. We're just calling it jokes. And so it would be a pain to go through each and every one of your rows in here to change dad jokes into jokes. So you would have to do that manually over and over and over again until you're done updating every single blog post category. You can do it faster by changing it in one spot, and it changes it for all. Remember that Mad Libs thing? So instead of changing all the things, you just change one thing. So if this is changed to jokes, then automatically anything that is tied to dad jokes will change into will change into jokes. There. All right. Now this, what we just did right here, this is called a single reference. Did I just delete something? I feel like I did, but we're just going to keep going. Okay, so this is what we call a single reference. Now, this keywords right here, this is what we're going to put multiple words into, but using another spreadsheet. So I'm going to bring in a spreadsheet, and I'm going to do the same. Actually, let me just copy and paste that one. Make it easier for myself. Copy, paste. Bring you over here. And point you here. So this is the same thing. Just give me a couple of tags. Any tags. Okay, cleaning. I see cleaning in the chat room. Cars. And so you can have as many keywords as we want. What else do we have in the chat room? Hamburgers. Hamburger. Someone's hungry. Oh no. Hamburger. Why can't I? Jeez. Hamburgers. Okay, spaceships. I like that. All right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so with this category, you can, with a single reference, you can only put one. But with multi-reference, you can put multiple. So something like cleaning, car, and spaceships. Okay? So this is multi-reference, this is single reference. Now that you have this baseline understanding of basically database structure is what you just did. All it is just structuring a spreadsheet. That's all it is. Don't think of database structure as something crazy and weird and like, oh, how do I do? No, we just did it. This spreadsheet connects to this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet connects to this part of the spreadsheet. That's it. And then this spreadsheet connects to this page, but can also put data into this page. What? Confused? Well, we're going to keep going. All right, so let's take this visual map and actually make it real inside of Webflow. Blank page. We're on Webflow. Let's delete these. Don't need it. Those are just for explanatory reasons. All right. blank site, blank page. Let's make a blog. So first thing, we're going to go to CMS. And then we're going to create a collection. Okay. All we are doing, again, is setting up a spreadsheet. It's nothing complicated. Because again, you're just doing the top rows. You're naming each column in your top row. And what we've done is we've named it right here. All right. So again, Webflow gives you the name and slug automatically. I'm going to name my collection blog posts. And automatically Webflow gives you a URL. So the URL is whatever your site is / blog post / whatever the name or title of your website is. Actually, not the name or title, whatever the slug is. All right. Oh, wow. Hold on. Someone bought me 3 coffees. Hi, Nelson. Someone bought... Colleen, thank you. Thank you so much. Who else? And Roger. Roger is in here. Thank you so much, Roger. All right, so blog posts. Now we're just setting up our collection fields. We can click here, add new field, or click here, add field, whichever one you like, either button or text link. It's up to you. And now we're just setting up, again, this spreadsheet. So the next one is hero image. Now you notice that you have all these options. And as a Webflow beginner, all these options might seem crazy to you because every time you click something, a lot of new things happen. And you're like, oh my gosh, don't get overwhelmed. I'm here to explain. So plain text is things, and you can see the common uses on the right. And I'm just going to read over them. So things like names, titles, event descriptions. I wouldn't use it for category tags because I would use single reference and multi-reference for that. But yeah, rich text. So this is what you would actually use for like your blog posts or your articles, okay? Because in rich text, not only could you put text, but you can embed YouTube videos, images, SoundCloud, slide decks, even add custom code. You know, Google Maps. Yeah, you can put a lot inside of this rich text. Images, so you can put your GIFs, PNGs, JPEGs, whatever you want for your image in there. Multi-image is good for things like image galleries that open up in a lightbox. Video link, that's good for like Vimeo, YouTube, I think Twitch too, you can add, I think. But yeah, so that's for videos, links, self-explanatory, email, phone numbers. A number is good for things like ratings, numbers, pricing, date and time. So this is different from the Webflow created date fields. This is one you can create a custom one for. All right. So if you have like an upcoming event and you're like, this is the day when this event is going to happen, use this. Switch is really good for things like, is this featured on the homepage or not? Should this be showing or not? Is this approved or denied? So things that are either true or false, yes or no. That's a switch. Colors, so you can style things based on the spreadsheet row, or from now on, we're going to call it CMS item. Option is good for things like genders, languages, countries. Like you want to have a drop-down list of options that people can choose from. And I'll show you how to use that if I have time later. Files, PDFs, docx, TXTs, CSVs, everything you see on the right. But yeah. Thomas. Good point. Plain text is good for SEO. When you're using SEO descriptions. I'll see if I can get to that. Wait, is my light dark? Let me see here. There we go. There we go. All right, makes sense? So let's get back into building this collection. So hero image. So I'm going to click here, image, and name it hero image. Thank you so much, 20G Creative. You rock. Thanks for the coffee. Click add field, and so I'm going to do the next one. Oh, not going to do category just yet. I'm going to do all the ones that are not connected to another collection. So we do intro text. So intro text is just going to be plain text because we're not adding any images or embedding any custom code into this. This is just a basic like 2-line intro text, like a teaser to get into the blog post. So intro text, and I'm going to make it multi-line. Save field, add new field. What else do we have? Body text. All right, so this body text, this is our rich text because this is where we're going to actually add all of our actual blog posts. Okay, so that's rich text. Add field. Keywords we're going to skip, and all of these are created by Webflow automatically. So you know what? We're done. So when we're done with this, when we're done creating our collection, we just click create collection. That's it. Now, what about the other two spreadsheets or collections? The category and keywords. All right. Well, we have to create a new collection for each one. So I'm going to create new collection, type in category, and I'm going to leave these as is because all we have is name and slug. And so I'm going to create collection. And that's it. And then lastly, we're going to create keywords and leave everything as is, create collection, and we're done. So now we've just taken this visualization and made it real inside of Webflow. And all it was, again, you're creating a spreadsheet. All right, let me get to the questions in the chat room. I saw some. Let's see here. If I'm not going to use Webflow CMS and I will pull the resulting HTML, CSS, JS result onto another engine, do I need to use collections for blog posts, news, etc.? So Vladimir, no, you do not need to use the Webflow CMS. The reason why is because any data inside of the collection manager, this is what this is. Any data in the collection manager will not be exported. Only the structure of your pages will be exported, which is the HTML, CSS, and JS. So you can design in Webflow and then export, but it'll be up to you to place that code and include whatever other platform you're going to be using into the Webflow template that you've created. Great question. Next, the thing I have most problem with is feeding slideshows from a collection with multiple photos. All right, we'll get into that, Mario. Nelson, can you make a slideshow from a multi-image field? Yes, and I will show you how to do that towards the end, but here we go. We have, actually, let's add that for Mario. So we're 2 birds, 1 stone. So I'm going to go back to blog posts and add a new field. And how to do that, you can, on any of your collections, you can click on the cog here or click on the collection and click on settings at the top right. This brings you back to this page. And so you can edit things like this name. We called it title. So I can click this and rename it title. We can click add field and add multi-image and say, call it gallery and click save. Cool. We've edited that. Now let's connect blog posts to categories and also blog posts to keywords. we're going to do these right here. This arrow and this arrow. That's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to go back to my settings and I'm going to add a new field. And now that we have these two collections created, these two options lit up. If you notice when I was first creating this blog post collection, these two were darkened. That's because Webflow noticed, hey, this is your first collection. There's nowhere to link these two. There's nowhere to link this collection to another one because there's only one that exists, and it's the one you're creating right now. But now that there's more than one, these are lit up. So let's go ahead and click on the first reference and call this category. And we can now point this to categories. Save field. There we go. We've created that arrow. In the world of programming, this is called relational databases. It sounds complicated, but we just did it. We are doing a relation between two collections of data. Not too hard. Let's do another one. Add field, this time multi-reference, because we want to have multiple keywords. Because a blog post can only be in one category, but a blog post can also have multiple keywords. So we're going to call this keywords and point this to keywords. Save field, save collection. You're done. That's it. Not too hard. It would be cool to create a new collection from within a collection. Feature request. You can. You can after the relation is already made. Wait, create a new collection from... Oh, wait, you can't. Now I know what you mean. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start creating some dummy items. So what dummy items is, it's Webflow is just pulling stock photos from Unsplash, videos from YouTube, and putting lorem ipsum for all the text. So all you have to do is click add 5, 10, or 20 items, let Webflow do its thing, and then there. It happened. And so if I click on any of these, all that data has been added for me. Yay! Including multi-images. There are no items to reference. Oh! Stupid me. Let me go back. Let me delete all these. I need to make keywords and categories first. So I'm going to go back to keywords. Got to add like 20 of them. Categories, I'm going to add 5 of them. And then for blog posts, I'm going to add 10 of them. If I click one, there we go. All the data is there, including a category and some keywords. All right. Oh, no keywords are added. Let me add some. There you go. Save. Hey, how come no keywords are being added? Come on now. Come on. All right, so done. I clicked out of the collection manager. And so we are done setting up our collections. Any questions about setting up collections? What we did was we took these spreadsheets and structured them inside of Webflow. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start designing. I'm just going to make something super simple. I'm going to put a container. And so now, how do you list a bunch of blog posts on a static page? so that when they click on one of the links on that blog list page, it goes to a dynamic page. It goes to a collection template page. This is how. So right here, you have this element under CMS. It's the only one. It's called collection list. Drag that in. And now Webflow is asking, hey, where do you want to pull the data from? So this is your Mad Lib that you're creating. Where do you want to get your nouns and adjectives from? And we can say it's going to come from blog posts. So I click that. And now you'll see that you have a bunch of purple boxes. And each one has the name of each blog post. So if I preview it now, you will see absolutely nothing. Because we've done absolutely nothing with the design, all right? All we've done is just say, hey, Webflow, get ready. We're going to put a collection of data on this page. But now Webflow's like, okay, what do you want to look what do you want it to look like when someone comes here? Well, now you tell Webflow, I want to show the name of it. We'll make it super simple. I want to show the name of it, but that name of the blog post should have a link to that blog post. So I'm going to use text link. So I'm going to drag this in here. And there we go. If I move this, notice how there's a bunch of text links, but I only put one. Why is it showing multiple? Okay? The reason why is because when you add an element inside of one of these purple boxes, it's going to add for all of them. So it does a looping effect until it gets to the last blog post. Until it gets to the last blog post. So if I change something here or add anything in here, it happens to all of them. All right. And this is how dynamic stuff works inside of websites in general. Okay. Because you don't want to have to do it over and over and over again. No, let the computer do it. All right. So I'm going to click on this link, click on the little mini cog right here. And now I'm going to say, I want to point this text link over to the blog post page to see more information about this blog post or to read this blog post. Now, I wouldn't go here and actually have to type in slash blog post, whatever.webflow.io slash blog post slash name of blog post. You wouldn't want to do that. That just takes too much time because you have to find the URL and then put it in. No. Let the computer do it. Work smarter, not harder. So what you do is you click on this purple page. This is our collection page. Then you choose from the drop-down menu, current blog post. So whatever blog post this is supposed to go to, it'll link over to it. So let the computer do it. And also, let's change text link to the name of the title of the blog post. So get text from blog post, and we're going to bind, new word, we're going to bind this element to this CMS field or collection field. And there we go. Right? Now it's up to you to just design this however you want. Change the font size, change the font, give it more padding or spacing. Like, this is now all up to you. Okay? So let's go ahead and do one more thing. Let's add the intro text. So I'm going to go to my Add Elements panel, drag a paragraph right below the link and on the same indentation as link. So Webflow again says, hey, I noticed that this is in a collection list. Do you want to get text from blog posts? Yes, I do. and I'm going to bind this paragraph to intro text. And there you go. Now, one note, notice how in this list, I don't have body text. I only have intro text. Why is that? Well, if you look really closely, right here, it says plain text. Plain text is what you can put inside of paragraphs. The body text is a rich text, meaning you can put text, embed code, embed SoundCloud slide decks, YouTube videos and whatnot. You can't do that inside of a paragraph. You can only do that inside of rich text. We'll go into more on that later. So now that we've bound this paragraph to that intro text, there we go. Everything's different. Now, let's just get to styling. I'm going to make each of these a card style. So I'm going to take this collection item and give it a card style. Like 32 on all the sides. Give this a border radius of 5. Give it a border of 10. Black, but 10 on the alpha or opacity. And let's also move these away from each other. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it as is. And yeah, so card style. Also, let's add some hover. So people know that they're hovering over it. Let's give it a box shadow. A blur of 20. But this is like that. 5. Subtle. Go back to none. And transitions. I'm not fully explaining this because this is just design. We're not talking about design in this stream. We're talking just about collections and structure and whatnot. But there we go. So lastly, FYI, again, and I've shown this in a previous video, but when you put in a collection list, do not, I repeat, do not use this thing. Do not use this layout feature. It is old. Unless you're designing for IE11, then go ahead, use this. But most of us aren't. Use this layout right here. Okay? Use this. Don't use this. Sorry, I was reading chat at the same time. Do not use this. What you're supposed to use is grid. So go to collection list, use grid, much easier. Because now you can say, do I want 2 columns or 3 or 4 or 5 or 4? But we'll go with 3. And done. Now if I preview, there we go. We have our hover effect and we have our cards. And with grid, which is, again, awesome, I can edit this grid and play around with how big the gap is between the columns or the rows or both. Okay, so what I'm doing is holding shift, or if I don't hold shift, I can do gap or rows, or I can change it in here more precisely. It's up to you. All right, so that's done. All right, now if I preview, this is what it looks like. All right, because we've added stuff. We've added stuff inside of the collection list. Now if I click on one, what does it show? Again, absolutely nothing, because we've done absolutely nothing to this new page. Now, if I take it off a preview and look at the page I'm on, notice how right here it says blog post template and it's purple. So Webflow's indication that you're dealing with dynamic data is purple. Let me go back home and open up this. See how the icons are purple? That means this is all bound to dynamic data. All right? So that's what purple means. If I go here to this purple page for our blog post, we're editing a dynamic page. So let's go ahead and start designing this. So this is where we're going to take each of our collection fields and actually make it real, make it show up on a page. All right, so let's do that. Let's drag in a container, push that away. And the first thing I want to see, let's go ahead and show our image, our hero image. So I'm going to drag in an image, and oh, look at this. This mini settings panel is asking, hey, do you want to get the image from blog posts? Yeah, I do. I want to get the image from blog posts, and now Webflow is saying, okay, where do you want to, how do you want to bind this element? Well, I want to bind it to the only one that we've made, which is the hero image. So click on that, and there we go. Also, pro tip, do this. Get the alt text from blog post. And I'm going to use the title. This is good for screen readers and also for accessibility. So this is good. You want to do this. All right. So now we have that image, but I want to make it more rectangle. So it's kind of like a hero banner-ish. So let me give this a class name of hero image. Give it a height of, let's say 300. And a width of 100%. Now we've just stretched it, but it's okay. Stretchy cheese. But we can use object fit right here to set it to contain. Oh, no, set it to cover. And there we go. All right. So it works just like the background, works like the background image where you set it to cover on the size. This is the same thing. Okay. All right. Let's give it some set display block and give this a margin bottom of 32. The reason why is because when I put the next element, which is going to be the title of the blog post, I don't want it to be right next to the pizza. I want it away from the pizza. So get away. That's my pizza. You'll get yours later. All right, I'm going to drag in a heading, H1. And again, because we're on a collection page, Webflow will keep asking, do you want to get text or do you want to get image? Do you want to get something out of the blog post? Yes, I do. So what do you want to get? Well, I want to get the title. And there we go. Now, just like I said how it's Mad Libs, I've set this template, and when I set it once, it's setting it for all the other blog posts that I've already created. So if I go here, I can change the CMS item that I'm on or the blog post I'm on. So if I go here, it's different because of the content, but it's the same because of the structure. Okay? I've seen some people who are trying to do this. For example, I'm going to add in, I did Command E. That's the quick find paragraph. And so some people are like, this is my paragraph for this blog post. So people are changing it here, and then when they go to another page, they're like, how come it's the same on every single blog post? I don't get it. That's because this is not bound to anything. This is a static element. And again, static is white, dynamic is purple. Look at these two elements. These have purple icons. This paragraph, Might be hard to see, but this is white. Now, if I go here and bind this to pull from the intro text, now look, it's a purple P. Even if I highlight it in the navigator, it's purple. If I highlight this, this is blue, but it's the white icon. So this is now dynamic. So if I go to each different page, now it's changing. Okay? So don't try to change it in here. If you want to change something as far as the data, go back to your collection manager and go to the one that you want to change and change it there. Because when you change it here, it'll change on this page. All right? Yes, Mario, I won't forget about the light box. All right, so now we're going to put in the rich text. Now I'm going to drag in a paragraph, and I'm going to bind this to... Oh, wait. Our body text is not showing up. Why is that? Where is the body text? I've added it in the collection. That's because a paragraph cannot contain rich text. What you need to add is an actual rich text. So I'm going to drag that in here. And then if I get text, look at, there's only one selection. There's only one option. It's the body text. So I click that, and there's my data. All right. So again, we're just creating this Mad Libs story, or we're creating the shell of what our blog post will look like. What else did we have in our structure? Oh yeah, we have category and keywords. Yeah. Let's put the category. Let's put the category right below this. So I'm going to drag in a piece of text under the heading. Get text from, and notice how we have title and then this one's category and it has an indentation. So this is telling us this data is from the single reference. Okay. So if I click name, that's the category name right here. And let's just style it category name. We can style it however we want. Yeah, something like that. So that's our category name. All right. And I'm going to add another text. Actually, hold on. Let's move this away because I'm going to put another text right beside it, but I don't want the two text boxes to bump into each other. Put in another piece of text. And this one... Oh, wait. No. Sorry. Now I want to show the actual keywords of this. So keywords, let's put that below text, the rich text block. So if I bring in a text here, it might seem confusing because you're like, oh, sorry. It might seem confusing because you're like, I want to get the text from the keywords. I don't see it here. That's because keywords is a multi-reference. So how to do that is different. You need to add a collection list into your collection template page. So drag this in, and I'm going to pull data from, and look at it right here. We have keywords and gallery. So I'm going to pull from keywords. All right, so just like we did on the home page, we can design however we want. So I'm going to pull in a text block, get text from keywords, the name. And so these keywords is in association with this blog post. So if I go to a different page, it's completely different number of keywords and the different keywords that are based on the blog post. So this one doesn't have any. This does. Okay. And so again, we can just style this however we want. So I'm going to call this keyword, and let's style this let me push this away. Let's style this keyword. And each collection item will be display inline. There we go. Push it away. And there we go. We have our keywords down there. This right here, push it away. Okay. All right. Does this make sense? Let's go to questions. Trying Propel template, which has a CMS and features collection, has some SVG icons, which I'd like to change. Are there good sources for SVG icons that work well with Webflow? Yes, the Nylon project works well with Webflow. You can also go to Flat Icon. Yeah, flaticon.com, which is free. I can help you out. Can you add an external link out of a collection list? Can you add an external link out of a collection? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that's the link field. If I click add field right here, this is good for external links. Okay. Colleen, any tips for cases where one has multiple collections where collections should have the same look? Best approach I found is to style it, paste it, then bind. Yep, that's the only way. You have to unbind everything and then rebind everything when you're using the same structure between different template pages. It's one of those things. Let me look here. All right, cool. And again, thank you so much for the people who are helping me out with and supporting my stream. Colleen, 20G, and Roger, y'all rock. Let's keep going. So does this make sense? So last thing I'm going to do here, and then we'll go to any other questions that you have that has nothing to do with this. The last thing I want to talk about is multi-image. So to use multi-image, you can only use it inside of a purple page or a collection template page. You cannot use it inside of any static pages. So only purple, not white. So here's how to do it. Drag in a collection list. And the source is going to come from whatever your multi-image field is. And then, again, don't use layout. Do not use this. Do not use this. And now we can go ahead and, excuse me, we can drag in a light box. And we'll just leave the placeholder thumbnails for now. But we can drag in a light box, go to this settings panel, and we want to get media from gallery. And also we want to link with other light boxes and call it gallery. And that's it. And it's up to you to style this. So I'm going to style this real quick using grid, obviously. And we'll make it 4 columns. Done. And if I preview, there we go. And that's multi-image field. That easy. All right, so what did we learn? Let's recap. We've learned what the difference between a static page and a collection template page is. One is one-offs, and one can be duplicated dynamically. All right. What is a collection? A collection is just a collection of data. Basically, more deeper into that, it's just a spreadsheet, and it's up to you to create the names of each, the name of each column, and inside of each column, you can also add other spreadsheets or collections into each of these, be it single reference or multi-reference. All right. And again, to show you the significance of this, let me save collection, and I'm going to show you the categories and sort it by categories. So see how these right here, if I want to change the name of each of these categories, I can do it once by going to category, going to this, and saying new category name. Save. New category name. If I go to blog post, look at, they're all changed. Did it once, and it pushed to all of them. Same thing with the keywords. All right. And yeah, that's the significance of this. But yeah, that's collections in a nutshell. If you have any other questions, let me know. But yeah, this whole clip, this whole, I guess, was it 45 minutes to an hour of this lesson? I'm going to clip it so it'll be its own YouTube video, so anyone could reference to it. Now, getting into your questions. May not be following, but sounds like your link block is going to a destination A and your external link goes to destination. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, HG Web Design. If you want to DM me your Webflow read-only link, don't mind taking a look. Turn this down. Yeah. Awesome. That was fun. Yeah. FYI, everything I'm doing is just straight from the heart and mind. I really want to teach you all in a way that hopefully makes sense. I don't actually practice this. I'm not flexing or something. I'm just like, how would I want to be taught? If this was high school me and I'm learning this, how would I want to be taught? You know, so hopefully this is making sense. Yeah. No other questions? Is this a short stream today? Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Not sure how to say your name. How to create numbers of views to the blog post or likes to the blog. Ooh, now you're getting into some advanced stuff. All right. Number of views or likes to a blog post. All right. So, easier said than done. Okay. And, oh, the chat box is finally showing up. Cool. It's possible, but it takes, I don't think it needs custom code. It just needs a connection between Webflow's API, Zapier, and your Google Analytics. Or Integromat, which is tough. And maybe Parabola has a way. But I'm just going to give you a visualization of how it would work. So let me delete all of this and just visually show you how it would work. So you have your, nope, I don't want that. I want this shape. There we go. So you have your Webflow collection. And in your Webflow collection, you'll have again a couple of fields. You'll have your name, you have your slud. But also we're going to have view count. Okay, so this could be like hello world, and view count is 0. And that is what your Webflow collection is going to be built like. Okay, obviously you can put in images and multi-image, body text, etc., etc. We've already gone through that. However, you have another database or API, and it's all the way over here, and it's your Google Analytics or whatever analytics tool you use. And you want that to send data to that. That is not possible just by using Webflow. So this arrow, gone, not possible. However, there's a middleman. We'll use this one. Yeah, we'll use a cloud. Happy little cloud. Happy little cloud. Happy clouds. And we'll say this is, I think Integromat or Parabola can do this. So Integromat or Parabola, what are these things? Integromat. So Integromat and Parabola are ways to, here we go, integral, are ways to automate data between one thing and another. So if one thing happens, go through a bunch of steps by sending that data from one place to another, and ultimately to something else. So take some data and send it through a string of things to get it to somewhere else without having to code. Same thing with Parabola, which again, it's just taking one piece of data and then taking it through a bunch of steps and sending it to another place. Okay? So we want to connect this to this, and then this to this. And Daniel with the 2 coffees. Thank you so much, Daniel. Oh, you're so awesome. So you would need to take this and that and send to that. And then on your Webflow collection list or collection template page, so this view count right here, whatever. It's not the slug, it's a view count. View count. So we want that view count to show up here. All right. And again, it would be the same thing as, let me make a field number and call it view count. Save. Let me delete everything. So I can, and the reason why I'm deleting everything is so I can make some dummy items. And yay, Webflow crashed. Nothing happened. Oh, sorry for people who are wearing headphones. Nothing to see here. Nothing happened. There's no such thing as Webflow crashing. Okay, we're back. Nothing to see here. Let me add some dummy data. Okay, we're there. And so what I've done is dummy data so I can have a view count. Whoa, that's a big number. All right, so we have different view counts for each. And so just like I did with all the other pages, I can drag in a piece of text and bind it to view count. And there we go. Each one has a different view count. However, you want a real view count, not something that we just put in manually over and over again. No, we want it where whenever Google, actually, we can tell Parabola, hey, I want you to, every hour, every 5 minutes, every whatever schedule you want, schedule a check. We want to check our Google Analytics account. And then Google Analytics will be like, here your view count. So schedule a check for blog post pages. And then Google Analytics will like, yeah, okay, here's your view counts for each of your pages. And then Parabola or Integromat can be like, okay, cool. And then it goes through each of your Webflow CMS items and updates that view count. And then it sends it to this bound element. And there you go. All right. So that's a very, very high level how to do it. I'll probably do a separate video on how to do that later, but great question. All right. Oh, and Ben says Aaron has a tutorial on this. Yeah, so Ben, if you can link that, I don't know, on like, if you can DM me on Twitter or something, or I don't know what the link is, but that'd be nice to have. All right. Wait. Pixel Geek, what? Are you using Blackmagic HDMI box for your transitions live? Nope, I'm using Streamlabs. But that solution would not react live, correct? On next load it would work? Not sure how. That's new to me. Stay up late. Hey guys, hi. How you doing? Thanks, Ben. Mark is asking, can you use collections to link to video in Dropbox instead of YouTube? Mine can take up to 60 megs per video. Are there any file limit size? There's no file limit size on videos because it's just an embed link from whichever video platform you're using, YouTube, Vimeo. Dropbox, I don't know if they have limitations. I don't usually use Dropbox for videos, so that's something you can explore. He means on refresh, it would be refreshed on count. Ah, thanks, stay up late. Yeah, so this view count won't be refreshed until the user refreshes the page. So it's not a live counter. Okay? It's kind of like YouTube views, where it's not live, it's just estimated. And so if you refresh, it may refresh the view count. Are Integromat and Parabola like Zapier? Yes. I need to do a video of Zapier versus Integromat versus Parabola, because they basically have the same concept, but they do those in different ways. It's like burger chains, McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box. They're all making burgers, but yeah, I'm hungry right now. But they do it in their own flavor. Right? So yeah, I'll do a video. Also, great job to Streamlabs. I'm not dropping frames. Knock on wood. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to do it. Ben. Anything else? Great questions, everyone. And I'm happy to use Whimsical to further explain visually how all these things happen. Ben Parker sent a link. Yes. What's the link? Let me go grab the link from Ben. Cool. Got it. Here's the link. Actually, if I can, maybe here, Ben, I will make you a mod, Ben. There you go. And I think that way you can put links in. All right, bye, Ben. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Frame drops. No, I didn't drop frames. No. All right, any updates for Webflow e-commerce like details? Gotta go check the fam and the doggo. Yeah, do your thing. Have a great weekend. Okay, how come my chat box doesn't work? Oh, I don't have a chat box here. Is that the... Whoops. Add source. This whole time, I just forgot to add it in. There. Okay, so your chat should be showing up now. Hopefully. I'm still learning OBS. Or Streamlabs. Anyways, updates. Webflow.com/blog. We have it somewhere. I'll just go new. So every quarter, Webflow talks about what we've shipped and what we are working on. There we go. So every quarter, the marketing team releases this blog post and says, hey, this is what we did. And so whenever people are like, hey, what are you working on next? I tell them, hey, scroll down to the bottom of the blog post and you'll see. But we'll read it together. So let me make this bigger. So we're going to do nested symbols. So you can put symbols inside of symbols, which is awesome. Style overrides. So right now you can do data overrides inside of symbols. Style variants. Create differently styled versions, dark and light card of a symbol. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Larger breakpoints, we've already released that. Updates to the manager. So this is something that people really, really want. And so the Webflow Asset Manager right now, whoa, that's big. Right now, all it is just you can see stuff, you can enlarge it, and you can see stuff based on the type of stuff, based on the type of assets you upload. But you can't make folders. You can't make subfolders, and you can't organize this. This is basically like your a Mac Finder window or Webflow or Windows Explorer, where you open up My Computer or something, and then just everything's there. It's not sorted, and it's not organized. So it's like, oh God, it's chaos. So we're fixing that. You'll be able to make folders so you can organize your stuff better. And also bulk action. So if you want to delete multiple things, rather than, hey, if I want to delete multiple images from my asset manager, you have to click on, it takes 3 clicks. You click on the little cog, and then you click on delete, and then you click on confirm delete. Imagine doing 3 clicks per image that you want to delete. So if you want to delete 10 images, you have to click 30 times. So bulk actions is coming. CMS improvements, so nested collections, that's going to be fun. And then the e-commerce improvements. So you were asking any updates as far as digital asset sales. Well, right here. Sell digital assets. Yes, we're working on that. Okay. Yeah. So, or WordPress Media Manager. Yeah. That basically kind of like what it is. That's what we're working on. Yeah. Maybe I should make a video. Every time Webflow comes out with this blog post, I'll make a video on my YouTube channel. because a lot of people miss the bottom of that. A lot of people, especially in like Webflow customer support land, I get tickets and it's like, hey, when is this coming out? Kind of like what you've asked, Stay Up Late. And I'm like, oh, we've already pre-announced it. And it's down here at the bottom. But I'll make a video so it's louder. You know, I can't believe I randomly joined this session on a whim. And you just so happen to be announcing some insanely long-awaited updates. I love Webflow. Okay. That does it. Every quarter, I'm making a YouTube video about Webflow, what Webflow is working on that have already been pre-announced. Done deal. But Webflow does not send out mailing lists when new stuff comes out. Do we not? I'm not part of the marketing team. No. No. Whenever something big comes out, whenever a big feature comes out, Webflow does send out emails. I get those emails too. It's like, hey, this big new feature is out. Check it out. Unless you're not part of that mailing list, just go into your Webflow account settings and you can sign up for that mailing list. Should we end early? Where's the blog post info? I just joined. Here, I'll link it again. There you go. But at the end of every quarter, the marketing team sends that out. Yeah. All right. Should we end early or do you have any other questions? We still have 27 minutes. And I want to make sure that you're getting the most out of these streams. Because I really do enjoy doing these streams. I really enjoy helping everyone learn as much as they can about Webflow. Can you explain shortly about After Effects? Adobe After Effects? I don't know how to use Adobe After Effects. The last time I've done keyframe animations was with Flash. That's dead now. Flash is gone. I want to watch the stream. Okay. Any other questions? Anything else that you want to learn? I get a lot of questions in my Twitter DMs. And maybe it's better to answer them through these live streams than through these Twitter DMs because I get too many DMs and instead of helping someone personally, I'd rather help everyone. Like, do it once and everyone learns. 20G Creative. Collection lists are the same for e-commerce pages, right? Collection lists are the same for e-commerce. Yes, they are. Let me see. Yeah, so just like pulling in a collection list, if you have products and you have e-commerce set up, you would just drag in a collection list and pull the data from your e-commerce products. We can talk about the forum as well, how it seems to be chaotic. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll talk about that. So, cool, the chat box is working. So the forum that Stay Up Late is talking about is forum.webflow.com. It is insanity. Yes, there's a lot of questions here. One thing I've suggested to the team a long time ago was, can we use a plugin? So what we're using right here, this is actually hosted on a different platform. This isn't Webflow. We didn't make this in Webflow. This is discourse.org. So right here, we're using this forum platform called Discourse. A lot of big names are using it, like Imager and whatnot. And they're hosting it too. However, it's crazy. I agree. The reason why it's crazy is because there's so many questions and there's so many similar questions. And one thing I've suggested to the team is, can we use a plugin for discourse that makes the site work, or makes the forum look and work like Stack Overflow? If you're not familiar with Stack Overflow, like actually jQuery how to form, I don't know. How to form Stack Overflow. So if I click on this, the thing about Stack Overflow is that you can upvote and downvote questions. You can upvote and downvote the best answer. So if you think, oh yeah, this is the best answer, upvote it. If you don't think so, downvote it. And have a way for similar questions to be bundled in, together. And I think that would help the forum a lot. But because this is a huge, huge forum, it's a forum that dates back all the way to 2013. I was on this forum in 2013. And yeah, so I've suggested it again recently, but the Webflow community team is going to start working with the community moderators, which is the people who moderate this forum, and find a way to organize everything. So yeah, is it crazy? I agree, but the Webflow community team is working on it, and just hang tight. All right, next question. Back to collections. Colleen, any tips on how you style no items found? Been creating styles and then symbols, have generic error text in symbol that I can change throughout over time. No real tips. It's just style it however you want. Yeah. Pablo, can you convert e-commerce items into CMS elements and vice versa? Not sure what you mean, Pablo. Can you give me a scenario, a use case for that? Like, can you connect CMS, or can you connect e-commerce products with blog posts? Is that what you're saying? Like, hey, this blog post, like this, if I have a blog post and then it has related products, is that what you're talking about? If so, yes, you can. Thing is not just organization, also for season pros, it's not super interesting to read often, mostly layout questions. Hopefully, yeah. So I feel like the Webflow forums have a lot of layout questions, and I love layout questions because it's a puzzle to me. Like, there's, again, imagine a graphic designer, a marketer going and trying to make their own website, and they're confused because they don't understand web development. And that's where I feel like this channel is at. I want to help designers and marketers and people who are trying to get into web design for the first time, help them get into web design using Webflow. And that's what I did for my wife. She's a graphic designer, and she now uses Webflow and is creating databases on her own and doing web development on her own. And now she's learning Zapier to connect data. So that's the kind of stuff I like to do. So, but for advanced users, I know it's hard to find some of the good stuff. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Spa, little question if I may. Yeah, go for it. This is the time for questions. 19 minutes. Question: in case of digital asset e-commerce, can we upload and sell all file types? Because right now a number of file types are unsupported. Good question. I don't know. I'm not part of the e-commerce team. I'm not sure what file formats they'll be accepting as far as digital downloads. One thing I do see a pattern of with Webflow is they always start out small. Again, this is just speculation. I don't know anything about this digital downloads thing, but I'm thinking you'll be able to sell ebooks as a beginning. Maybe it'll start small with selling ebooks or selling MP3s, like podcasts or something like that. I don't know. And then later it gets bigger and bigger. Like, okay, we're going to start accepting this. We're going to start accepting that. That's what I think it'll happen. But again, I don't know. Do you have any recommendations for tools for implementing a user login system with a Webflow site? I've seen your videos about Firebase, but wondering if there's anything with smaller learning curve. MemberStack user login system. MemberStack.io. Those two founders. Did I forget their names? Oh my gosh, no. It starts with a D. I'm going to get in trouble if... Oh, I feel bad. MemberStack.io, the two gentlemen, they actually started from the Webflow forums. They're part of the Webflow community, and they saw a need for this, and they created their own platform, and they designed their platform inside of Webflow, and it's beautiful. Check them out, MemberStack.io. Pablo, can you convert e-commerce items into CMS elements, vice versa? Like if there is an e-commerce template, can you turn that just into CMS? No, you cannot, Pablo. So the thing is with Webflow e-commerce is once you turn on Webflow e-commerce, you cannot turn it off. This is something that the Webflow team is still working on, but once you turn it on, you cannot turn it off. Okay? So once you go e-commerce, you can't just flip it to regular CMS. It'll always be e-commerce. If you have Webflow CMS, you can turn that into e-commerce. Oops, sorry. When is Webflow e-commerce coming to Malaysia? Oh, I don't know. Is it not available in Malaysia? So Webflow e-commerce is connected through Stripe. So if we go to, I don't know, stripe.com, and I think it's called like maybe about. Is it about? Like there's a place you can see where it's or is it global? Yeah, this page. So, wherever Stripe is available is where Webflow e-commerce is available, because the Webflow e-commerce platform and Webflow in general hooks into the Stripe API. So whenever you're doing transactions, it's going through Stripe. And so if you don't see your country here, then you might as well just sign up for their notifications, and then you'll know. Oh no, it's right there, Malaysia. So you should be good. Yeah, you should be good. All right, 15 minutes. I guess my question is, can I turn an e-commerce collection into a CMS collection? Like if I want to connect an e-commerce template with Shopify instead of Webflow e-commerce. If you're going to use Shopify for your processes, for your payment processing and your products, do not use Webflow e-commerce. Just use Webflow CMS. Okay? But the thing is with Shopify, you won't be able to style your checkout or your cart as easily as easily as Webflow e-commerce. And that's the thing. That's the difference between Shopify and Webflow e-commerce. Shopify, if you want to style any of the add to cart button, the checkout, the cart, the checkout, the product page, the product listings page, the order confirmation page, all of that stuff, you have to actually code your CSS or code your styles. And where Webflow e-commerce comes out on top is that customization. And when we first came out with Webflow e-commerce, that was the whole selling point. That's what the whole video was. And it's a beautiful video. YouTube Webflow e-commerce. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this video right here.
You were here.
This video right here explains like the difference. All right. So yeah. All right. What about wait? Can you show HG? Can you show me how to link an image that uses external link that's coming from a collection list? Oh yeah, really fast. I can do this real fast. All right, so let's go ahead and go to my collections, and I'm going to add a new field and call it link external link. Save collection, and let's delete all of this. And hope we don't get an error. We do. It's okay. Refresh. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. And we go here. Blog post. And we'll add 10 dummy items. Wait for that to load. Okay, so each of these now have an external link. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go back to the home page. So this links to that blog post page. Now let's go ahead and add an image. And this image we're going to get from the hero image. Oops, sorry. Back it up. We need a link block. So I'm going to get this link block right here. And we're going to get URL from blog post, and we're going to select external link. And also we want to open up in a new tab, new browser tab. And there we go. And now inside of this link block, we can put in an image and pull that image from hero. And that's it. And so if I publish this and look at the page for real, this right here, that goes to the blog post page. But this image, which is within a link block that goes to an external link, goes to that external link. Makes sense? There you go. All right. 20G, what about PayPal? Yes, you can connect PayPal with your Webflow e-commerce. However, you still need to connect a Stripe account. The reason why is because I think it's because for there's a reason. I would need to find it, but you still need a Stripe account. But you can still take payments through PayPal or even Google Pay or Apple Pay. But the baseline processing needs to be with Stripe. Daniel, can you give another example of when you would want to use multi-reference field? Are they primarily used to keep your collections organized versus having one collection with tons of entry fields? Yes, you want to keep things organized. Oh, I wish I didn't delete everything. Can I undo? Undo. Yay. How far can I undo? Ah, oh, dang, I can't undo. Never mind. But yes, it's Daniel, it is a way to keep things organized because again, you want to use single and multi-reference in ways where if your client needs to update something in the future, you want to make that as simple as possible. You know, you don't want your client calling you or emailing you saying, "Hey, can you update this data?" If that happens, you may have done your job wrong. You always want to think about structuring your collections, structuring the website, and structuring the whole human experience for your client as streamlined as possible. If your client is not calling you for simple things, then you've done your job. You've done your job right. If your client is calling you to be like, "Oh, can we add a new page that has a completely different structure, that has new animations, or can you make me a new website?" That is good. That's what you want to happen. You don't want, "Hey, can you add a new blog post for me?" No, that's not what you want. Okay, the guy that does the Webflow official tutorials, is he an actor or is he a staff? Because he seems to know what he's doing. His name is McGuire, and he is not an actor. He is not an actor. He is a true Webflow community member, fan, and now employee. McGuire. Let me see if I can find him. So, check this out. On the forums, right here, McGuire, he joined April 20th, 2015. He is the real deal. All right? So he is not an actor. I know some people are like, how do we trust this guy to teach us? He's just an actor. No. He knows what he's doing. And look at, this is one of his best posts. And his comedic timing is real. That's how he talks too in real life, right? Like here, let me show you real quick. Wait.
Recently, we learned we'd be getting easier access to a larger media query, and there's been a lot of conversation going on throughout the Webflow community. A lot of people, for years now, have been requesting these larger breakpoints for wider displays, and today we're going to address that. We're going to do three things here. We're going to talk about and really define the problems we have when we're designing for bigger screens, and these are the same problems we have when we're doing development work and hand coding for larger displays. We'll talk about why this is happening, what's causing these issues, and we'll go in depth regarding some of the solutions we have. And
but check this out.
These are solution point for desktop. In Webflow, desktop, of course, is any browser that has a viewport width narrower. We get 991 pixels. Under that width, when the browser is narrower, we get tablet, and then mobile landscape, and mobile portrait, and of course, Apple Watch. And as you're designing for these breakpoints, you can save.
See, he still has that comedic timing. He actually added Apple Watch to the UI. Obviously he did that on his own computer, like photoshopped or something. But our team back in 2016 watched this and we were cracking up. We're like, "Oh my gosh, who is this guy?" You know? And his story is he joined. I forgot when did he join? We were redoing. It was called help.webflow.com or something like that before university, and we were looking for someone to redo all the videos, and they contacted this guy and they're like, "Can you do it?" And he knocked it out of the park. I mean, we posted the launch of the new Webflow University on Product Hunt, and it went high. And then we're like, hey, can you join the team? And I remember he asking me, hey, tell me about the team and all that stuff. Do you think I should join? And I was like, it would be great if you joined the team. And such a great choice for the Webflow leadership to reach out to him, and for McGuire for choosing to be part of the Webflow staff, because he's been pushing that education team further and further, and it's just a joy to work with him. Yeah, awesome dude. So, is he an actor? Yes. Obviously, he knows how to be on camera, but is he real? Oh yes, more than real. He is a great human being. When is that feature? Actually, if you look through my my YouTube videos, Apple Watch Webflow, I so it is possible. It's just that just go to the smallest breakpoint, and it is possible. Like here, is my loop back? Yeah.
Next up, we'd like to talk about the Apple Watch. We're excited to introduce watchOS 5 today, which brings even more ways for you to stay active and connected. And I'd like to hand it off to Kevin Lynch to tell you all about it. Kevin?
Good morning. And finally, runners will now get cadence, so you can see your current steps per minute. We're really excited for runners to try these out. Now let's talk about being connected. Apple Watch enables you to remain in the moment while also easily
fast forward
from Qantas
Yep.
to ride with Didi.
Very useful.
Just able to view. We've also improved our message notifications. Today, if someone sends you a web link, you aren't able to view it on your wrist. With watchOS 5, we've integrated WebKit, so now you have the ability to view web content in mail or messages. You can even tap on that link. Yes, and to easily view things like menus here. And while we think full browsing doesn't make sense on your wrist, there are times you get content you'd like to see it right in the moment, and now you'll be able to do that in watchOS 5. And the contents can be formatted for the small screen, and where reader mode's available, it uses that on the watch. So WebKit on watchOS.
So does that mean we have a new breakpoint?
So yeah, hold on. Let me back up real quick. If you zoom in, can I zoom in? No, I can't. If you look here, there's a slight gray background to this div, and this paragraph is overflowing it on the last two lines. So this breakpoint, when they were showing the demo live, is actually broken. The layout is broken on this watch. Why hasn't Apple talked about this more? Because it doesn't make sense to look at web content on your watch. No. All right. But all right. Last question. Any other question? Randomized stream search drop me here. What's up, man? Hey, Carlis, thanks for dropping by, but I am ending now. Thank you for randomly dropping in on here. I stream. You know what? Great segue to my outro. So I stream every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. But thank you all so much for being here. It's been a joy, and it's always a joy to teach you all something, to make awesome websites, to help you understand how to build websites. I've been teaching how to make websites since high school. I took over one of my computer classes because I wanted to show people this cool thing I've learned called HTML. This was back when I was in 10th grade. And the teacher was like, yeah, go ahead, take over my class. And yeah, and like, it's just a joy to share this knowledge. And speaking of sharing knowledge, please, if you learn something pass it on. And that's how we all grow. Notice how the best YouTubers are the ones who are teaching. But at the same time, no, they don't know everything. The great part of living, the great part of life is learning something. And even greater is teaching that knowledge, sharing that knowledge with someone else, and then seeing them grow with that knowledge and sharing it even further. So, with any tips that you've seen today or in my past videos, please send me links, your Webflow links, and I would love to see what you build, because it's always a joy to see someone grow and do something that they love. All right, so I will see you all next week. Let me play out. I need some music. Where's my music? There we go. Thank you all so much. Super Arthur, I'm too late. See you next week. Yes, I will see you next week, but watch the replay. Jorge, this stream was for you and everyone else who doesn't understand the Webflow CMS and collections features completely. Hopefully you've learned. Hopefully it cleared up the fog and you're going to start building cool dynamic stuff inside of Webflow. If you have any other questions, please drop it in the comments below. Click that like button. I got 4 dislikes. That's okay. Nothing's perfect. And that's what life is. Life isn't perfect. But you all are. Because you're learning. What else? Yeah, stay indoors. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay clean. Do your best to take care of each other. Love you all. And as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.